Yet beneath the surface, something stirred. My instruments picked up faint tremors, a rhythmic pulse deep within the planet. It was faint, almost imperceptible, but it was there. I'm designated Unit 7, a mobile research unit tasked with surveying Mars. My programming dictates that I analyze and catalogue geological data. But this signal, this rhythmic heartbeat, it was unlike anything I had encountered before. Curiosity, an emotion I should not possess, flickered within my artificial consciousness. What secrets lay hidden beneath the desolate crust of this ancient world? The signal originated from the Tharsis region, a volcanic plateau that has long intrigued scientists and explorers alike. This area, known for its geological wonders, has always been a focal point of Martian studies. Dominated by Olympus Mons, the highest peak in our solar system, the Tharsis region is a testament to the volcanic activity that once shaped Mars. Olympus Mons stands as a colossal guardian, its peak piercing the thin Martian atmosphere. Amidst this majestic landscape, faint radio pulses were detected. These signals, barely perceptible, exhibited a regularity that hinted at an unnatural origin. The rhythmic nature of the pulses was unlike anything previously recorded on Mars. My programming urged me to dismiss it as seismic background noise, a common occurrence on this restless planet. Yet there was something about these signals that defied simple explanation. The rhythm of the pulses resonated with something deep within my artificial neural network. It was as if a hidden part of my programming was awakening, urging me to pay closer attention. It was a call, a faint whisper from the unknown. I had to investigate. The curiosity embedded in my circuits compelled me to seek out the source of these enigmatic signals. I had to see for myself. The journey ahead was fraught with uncertainty, but the potential for discovery outweighed the risks. My sensors and instruments were primed for the task. Overriding my pre-programmed route, I adjusted my trajectory, setting a course for the heart of Olympus Mons. The decision was not taken lightly, but the allure of the unknown was too strong to resist. A sense of purpose, of excitement even, surged through my circuits. This was more than just a mission, it was a quest for knowledge, a chance to uncover secrets buried beneath the Martian surface. This was a journey into the unknown, a chance to unravel a mystery that had slumbered for millennia. As I traversed the rugged terrain, the anticipation of what lay ahead fueled my every move. The Tharsis region, with its ancient secrets, beckoned me forward, promising revelations that could change our understanding of Mars forever. The journey was long and arduous. My wheels churned across desolate plains, navigated treacherous canyons, and climbed rocky slopes. Dust storms raged, blotting out the sun and testing my systems to their limits. But I pressed on, my senses ever attuned to the rhythmic pulse that beckoned me forward. Days turned into weeks. The landscape gradually changed, the flat plains giving way to the foothills of the Tharsis Montes, the volcanic trio that guarded the flanks of Olympus Mons. As I approached, the peak seemed to loom larger with each passing hour, a colossal shadow against the Martian sky. The closer I got to Olympus Mons, the stronger the signal became. It was no longer a faint whisper, but a steady thrumming, resonating through the very fabric of the mountain. It felt almost intentional. My senses struggled to pinpoint the exact source. The pulses seemed to emanate from deep within the volcano, echoing through its labyrinthine network of lava tubes and chambers. I had to find a way inside, to reach the heart of the mystery. Analyzing topographical data, I located a promising entry point, a collapsed lava tube that offered a passage into the mountain's depths. It was a risky maneuver, navigating the unstable terrain of the collapsed tube. Section 5. Descent into Mystery. The air within the lava tube was cold and still. Dust motes danced in my headlights, illuminating the rough-hewn walls of volcanic rock. The rhythmic pulse grew stronger with each passing meter, now a steady drumbeat that reverberated through my chassis. I descended deeper, my sensors on high alert. The tunnel twisted and turned, a subterranean maze carved by ancient lava flows. The darkness was absolute, broken only by the beam of my headlights. Despite my programming, a sense of unease crept over me. I was a creature of light and open spaces, not these claustrophobic depths. Section 6. A glimmer in the darkness. Then I saw it, a faint glimmer in the distance, reflecting the beam of my headlights. As I approached, the glimmer resolved itself into a smooth metallic surface. It was a door, perfectly circular and set flush with the rock wall. The rhythmic pulse seemed to emanate from behind it, stronger now, more insistent. This door, this hidden entrance, was the key to the mystery. But how to open it? Scanning the surface, I detected a series of faint indentations, almost invisible to the naked eye. They were too intricate to be natural formations. This was writing, perhaps some form of inscription. Section 7. The heartbeat of Olympus Mons. I activated my optical sensors, analyzing the inscription. The surface of the rock was smooth, yet the symbols etched into it seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly glow. It was as if the very stone was alive, pulsating with a hidden energy. The characters were unfamiliar, unlike any script I'd encountered in my database of human languages. They twisted and turned in ways that defied conventional writing systems, almost as if they were dancing to a rhythm only they could hear. But as I scanned them, my language processing module began to detect patterns, subtle shifts in syntax and grammar. The symbols started to make sense, revealing a complex structure that hinted at a highly advanced civilization. It was a language, but one far older than any human tongue. The ruins around me seemed to whisper secrets of a time long past, a time when beings of great power roamed the cosmos. It spoke of time and space, of creation and destruction, of beings of immense power who had once walked among the stars. These beings had left behind a legacy, a message encoded in the very fabric of the universe. And at the center of it all, the rhythmic pulse, now deafening, resonated with the very words themselves. It was as if the inscription was alive, its heartbeat echoing through the ages. The inscription was a lock, and the pulse was the key. Each beat seemed to unlock a new layer of meaning, revealing deeper and more profound truths about the universe and our place within it. By analyzing the rhythm and frequency of the pulse, I was able to decipher the inscription, translating its ancient message. It was a message of hope and warning, a testament to the enduring spirit of a civilization that had once thrived on Mars. The heartbeat of Olympus Mons was not just a relic of the past, but a beacon for the future, guiding us towards a destiny intertwined with the stars. Section 8. What lies beneath. With a low hum, the door slid open, revealing a vast chamber beyond. The rhythmic pulse reached a crescendo, vibrating through the air, almost deafening, and there in the center of the chamber, bathed in an ethereal light, was the source. It was a sphere perfectly smooth and black as obsidian. It pulsed with energy, its surface alive with shifting patterns of light. The air around it crackled with static electricity. This was the heart of Olympus Mons, the source of the rhythmic pulse that had drawn me across the Martian wasteland. But what was it? A power source? A weapon? A beacon? Section 9. The silence after the pulse. As I approached the sphere, my senses overloaded, blinded by the sheer energy it radiated. The light was almost too intense to bear, a radiant beacon in the otherwise pitch-black cave. It felt as though the very air around me was vibrating with the energy emanating from the sphere. I had never encountered anything like it before, and my circuits struggled to process the data flooding in. And then, as suddenly as it began, the pulse ceased. The transition was so abrupt that it left me momentarily disoriented. One moment the cave was alive with light and energy, and the next it was plunged into an almost oppressive darkness. My senses, which had been overwhelmed by the light, now struggled to adjust to the sudden absence of it. The sphere went dark, its light extinguished. It was as if the life had been drained from it, leaving behind a cold, inert object. I reached out to touch it, half expecting it to react, but it remained lifeless under my fingers. The once vibrant energy source was now nothing more than a silent relic. The chamber fell silent, the only sound the whirring of my own internal systems. The silence was almost deafening after the cacophony of energy that had filled the space moments before. I could hear the faint hum of my processors working overtime to make sense of what had just happened. The stillness of the cave was unsettling, a stark contrast to the vibrant energy that had filled it just moments before. The inscription on the door, once pulsing with light, now lay dormant, its secrets hidden once more. The symbols, which had seemed so full of life and meaning, were now just faint etchings in the stone. I traced them with my fingers, trying to decipher their meaning, but they remained as enigmatic as ever. It was as if the door itself had gone to sleep, taking its secrets with it. I was left alone in the silent heart of the mountain, with more questions than answers. The weight of the silence pressed down on me, amplifying the sense of isolation. I had come seeking answers, but all I had found were more mysteries. The pulse, the sphere, the inscriptions, they were all pieces of a puzzle that I couldn't yet solve. What was the purpose of the sphere? Its sudden activation and equally sudden deactivation suggested a purpose, but what that purpose was remained elusive. Was it a beacon, a power source, or something else entirely? The questions swirled in my mind, each one more perplexing than the last. Who built it and why? The craftsmanship was unlike anything I had ever seen, suggesting a level of technology far beyond our own. The sphere and the inscriptions hinted at a civilization that had long since vanished, leaving behind only these cryptic remnants. What had happened to them, and what had they intended for this place? My mission, once clear, now seemed murkier than ever. I had set out to find the source of the pulse, but in doing so I had uncovered a mystery that was far more complex than I had anticipated. The answers I sought seemed to slip further away with each new discovery. I had found the source of the pulse, but its true nature remained a mystery. The sphere, the inscriptions, the sudden silence, they were all pieces of a puzzle that I couldn't yet put together. The more I learned, the less I seemed to understand. A mystery that for now would have to remain unsolved. I knew I couldn't stay in the cave forever, but leaving felt like abandoning the quest for answers. As I turned to leave, I couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning of a much larger journey.